Okay, now that we've got our clay wedged, I'm going to start my pinch pot. And I want to think about the shape I want to make, which I'm going to make a pumpkin for Halloween. So I take my clay, I'm going to take and I shove my finger inside of it just like that. Now to make the pot, I'm going to pinch. And if you notice as I pinch, I move my hand around the outside to start getting the shape. And I can use my other thumb and my fingers. And if you notice, I'm pushing the bottom out. I'm pushing with the thumb and pulling with my fingers to get the pumpkin shape. Okay, and I'm pushing out with my thumbs to get it in more of a round shape. What I'm also doing is I don't want any wall to be over the thickness of my little finger. So as I work my way around, I'm feeling for the high spots and I'm squeezing them out. And pumpkins are kind of going to be round, so I'm pulling with my fingers as I do this to kind of bring the top in. Feeling for thick spots, pulling those. And I've started to shape my jack-o'-lantern. And if it gets too far out, I just kind of squeeze it together. Now that it's sitting down, I may want to work on my project board. Maybe sit down to do this. Just going to keep working it around a little bit like that till I get it in the shape kind of wanting it. And then I'm going to want to take and start shaping that lip to accept a lid, because I'm going to put a lid on top of my jack-o'-lantern. And I don't want the bottom to be too thick, so I just push that down. Okay. Pumpkins aren't perfectly symmetric, so that's okay. Don't want it to be. You want to look here where the side and the bottom are joined, because that tends to be thick spots, and you want to squeeze those out and then start working your project in like that. And that is the basic way you get a pinch pot. Now from here, you can go ahead and I'll make the lid and start getting ready to cut the face in and all the detail work. But this is the way you get started. Okay, now next pinch pot is going to be my lid. So this is actually two pinch pots going together. So I'm going to take my thumb, push it in the middle, and then I start squeezing it around, making the pumpkin shape that I want for the lid. I know this shape's going to be a little big for what I've made, but I'm going to trim that off as I'm working my way around, pushing it out. I also know the top of a pumpkin goes in, it doesn't come out like that, but I need to pinch it so that it's not so thick. And I just keep working it, and then I pull my fingers over. As I'm pulling, see how I pull with my fingers to get that to curve in? I'm pushing out with my thumb. I'm feeling for thick spots as I go around to make sure I don't have any thick spots in the clay. All right. feels pretty good. Gonna work on pinching in the top for the general pumpkin shape. Then I'm gonna start working on matching the two sides of the pumpkin together. Okay, and there I've got my two halves of my pumpkin together. And that is my basic structure for the pinch pot. I thought I would have to trim some off, but it actually went together a little better than I thought it would. And that's okay, because your projects are going to change a little bit as we work on them.